We are in all of the high schools in Anoka County that are traditional high schools, as well as a majority of the alternative schools. We do a lot of prevention and intervention work both, trying to help kids set boundaries, letting them understand what dating violence looks like, but also working with those teens who are already experiencing it. We realize 1 in 3 teens is a victim of either verbal, emotional, physical, sexual, or digital abuse within a dating relationship. And so really being able to, on a consistent basis, meet with these students who have these needs, I think has really been helpful for the schools, as well as these teens getting their needs met. We have a youth council that we created about 2 years ago where we have kids from all of the different high schools around Anoka County, and they have done some really neat things statewide. They've been able to present and do some of the bystander intervention and work with other kids around the state, but they've also gone and talked to state legislators around the issues of teen dating violence.
I think the function of the youth council is to show the community what dating violence is like, what healthy relationships are like, and really creating awareness, because you don't hear about it, but everybody sees it. It's around, and schools don't talk about it very much.
I think they might want to control them because
I think it's really important to start a dialogue with teens about healthy relationships, domestic violence, sexual violence, because oftentimes what we realize is where they're getting their education from is other teens or the internet. We see teens who are dealing with emotional or verbal abuse, and they don't even label it as abuse. It's, well, I deserve that, or, they did that because I did this. And so oftentimes they'll justify an abuser's behaviors. And so really helping them understand that there is no justification for abuse, and that verbal and emotional abuse can be just as detrimental. And with these young teens that are just starting out in relationships, trying to give them, what does a healthy relationship look like, and what do you deserve in a relationship?
I was in a relationship with somebody that wasn't so kind. He had his own set of issues, and I ended up losing a lot of relationships with friends and family because he was my constant. He had to have my attention. He had to have everything he wanted. If it didn't go his way, I dealt with the consequences of it. I was definitely one to think that it wouldn't happen to me. I didn't think domestic violence would be a part of my life. I didn't think that any relationship violence would ever happen to me. And 2 years later it did, and 4 years later now I'm an advocate for it. I stand up for it. I don't want it to happen. I don't want domestic violence in anybody's life.